show. Yes, we are starting now at 10 o'clock at night on the East Coast, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 9 o'clock Central, and 7 o'clock Pacific. With me tonight, we have the two treasures, Tonya, 50 treasures, and Texas Gal treasures.
Hey guys.
So I have questions for both, and Margaret is not going to be able to stay for the full time, so I'm going to see what I can do for questioning both at the same time. But Tonya, since you are the newest person that hasn't been on this show yet, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody and let them know what they can expect from you.
Okay, guys, my name's Tonya. I run a channel here on YouTube called Thrifty Treasures, and I like to go to garage sales and thrift stores and then sell my finds on eBay and Amazon and sometimes Etsy. And I have an antique booth, and I've been doing merch by Amazon a little bit. Yeah.
And Margaret, you want to remind everybody who you are, and since this is your third visit?
Yeah, hi, I'm Texas Gal Treasures. This is actually the first show I did live, was your show, about, I don't know, like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I sell on Etsy, eBay, Amazon. I also have an antique booth. We actually have booths in the same mall, Tonya and I do. And yeah, and I'm on YouTube, so.
Well, good. That kind of answers one of my questions already, but I'm going to ask it later anyway. Well, my first question is going to be for Tonya. How long have you actually been reselling altogether?
I started reselling in May of 2000.
Wow, 16 years.
Yeah, I started with eBay.
Well, that's good. Okay, well, my next question will be for Margaret. How have things been since the last time you've been here? Has the business improved or modified it in any way?
Yeah, it's improved. I mean, things have just keep, looking up. I, just keep listing, finding new things. Yeah, so just continuing having fun with it.
Okay, and then I do have questions for both of you, like I told you before. And for the people that don't know, I know you had a challenge in between yourselves, because you mentioned it on Sunday night that you had to get listing. So who won the challenge and what was the prize?
Well, the challenge that we had last week, do you want to tell, Tonya, or do you want me to tell?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Last week we had a challenge to see who could list 100 items in a week, and neither of us made it. I listed about 70 or so, 72, and Tonya listed
22.
And the loser had to drive. I don't want to say the loser. The winner didn't have to drive. On Saturday we had a Gulf Coast reseller meetup, and so the person that didn't, list, I don't know how to say it nicely. Tonya had to drive. We'll just put it that way.
The person who didn't get the most listings up got stuck driving wherever he had to go.
That's right.
And yeah. I just noticed that Chris has made a comment in the chat, and I wanted to let everybody know the reason he's not here is he's not feeling well. He has some medical issue going on, and we both felt it would be better for him to get healthy instead of trying to be on here half dead or not feeling so well. So everybody put your prayers out for him and what's going on. And got to Tonya for the question. Hey, this is funny. Back first. Well, you kind of already answered this one, but for the people that might be coming in late, what platforms do you sell on again?
I sell on eBay and Amazon and Etsy, and sometimes I do Garage Sell. It's a local selling platform here, like Garage Sell with a V instead of a G. So
fishing, I we moved the show up to 10 o'clock Eastern time, so just wanted to let you know, since I saw your question about when it started. You're not really late. And Margaret,
Yeah.
have you where do you source?
My favorite place to source is garage sales because it's that thrill of the hunt. You just never know what you're going to find, or if you're going to find something. So that's my all-time favorite. But then after that, I generally like to go to charity shops, more than the like big Goodwill type thrift stores.
Well, we got a question from Steven Scroggins, and I'm going to ask it already. He didn't necessarily put it as a question, but he's asking, is sales bigger in Texas?
Of course, everything is bigger in Texas.
Silly boy.
How close are you guys in proximity? You don't have to say you're the town or anything, but like I know I did watch Tanya's video and I saw she had to pick you up, Margaret, but for all we know, she could have to drive 30 minutes to pick you up.
We're real close. She's probably about 10 minutes away.
Ah.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
Okay, so this question was, have you ever been at the same store or yard sale, since Texas seems to have yard sales year round, and debated or argued about who's going to get what?
I've never really argued.
You both wanted.
I've
I would offer it to her.
Yeah, she knows I'll take her out. No, I'm kidding. No. We do like, oh hey, I found this. Do you want that? You know, we'll ask each other. Like we know, kind of.
Yeah. She always gives me first dibs on books too.
Yeah. So I mean, there was one time when we were not planning on going out together, and I ran into you at a garage sale. I don't know if you remember that. It was pretty early on when because we have not known each other maybe a year or less. So
yeah.
Let's see if there's any questions. And while I do that, I'm going to give it a couple of shout outs. Well, Andy's making it because she's staying up past her bedtime, and I'm happy for her.
Yay, Angie.
Neil Sullivan just showed up. Laura Lee's in the comments. As I said, Steven's in the comments. Poplar Picker, aka Nikki's in the comments. Dwayne's in the comments. He's actually not late for a show. Coco Chanel's in the comments. Mr. Sadie's in the comments. Hope you're doing okay, Mr. Sadie. And as I said, Chris is already in the comments, but he probably went to bed already. Lisa B, who was on our show last week, is in the comments. Well, she's under Mitten State Picker now. And One Wolf is in the comments. I think that's everybody. Oh, Yard Sale Hunter, who said he had to go to bed. Well, that's what you get for being a youngster, kid.
I'm with him.
Yeah, you're not as young.
Oh. Hey.
Hey, well, he's 14, so I didn't say you were old. I just said you weren't as young.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I could be his grandma.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, well, I see that Tanya caught a question asking about the garage sale, so if you want to talk about that before I go on to my questions.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You want to take that, Margaret, or you want me to?
Which one? What was it?
About garage sale?
Garage sale?
Yeah, the garage, the app.
Oh, it's like a virtual garage sale. I'm guessing that's what the V stands for. And it's kind of like a Craigslist type of thing, but not really. I mean, you can join different ones. Like there's one that's called just for mommies in our area. So it's only women, which is generally the one that I like to get on,
Right.
because they have pretty strict rules about not allowing men to meet or whatever like that. So you can post pretty much anything. They do have restrictions on like animals and things like that. So and yeah. It's pretty
been
cool.
on there, Tanya?
What was that?
You want to add to that? Like maybe you have more.
I think she summarized it pretty good.
Okay then. Okay, my next question. Unless there's. Oh wait, we do have. Ballet Picker wanted to know about the Gulf Coast group. So if you want to talk about that, go ahead.
You want to take it, Tonya?
No, you take it.
Darn it. Okay.
She's gonna pass them all on to you until she has to be by herself. That's
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, we started a Gulf Coast reseller group because we were looking for other, resellers in the area, just so we could do some networking and get to know people. And when we started it up, I wasn't really thinking the Gulf Coast is pretty big. I was thinking for our area, and then it's like people from Florida are saying, I'm on the Gulf Coast, can I join? I'm like, yeah, I guess. It's a drive if we have a meetup, though, for you. But, yeah, so we met up Saturday. There were about 8 of us. And Thelma Thrift was there. She also has a YouTube channel. And the girls, there's 2 girls that do a channel called Cauldron of Collectibles. And they were there. And then a few other ladies. Franklin was going to come. He was going to be the only dude. I wonder if that's why he backed out. So basically that's it. We talked about probably, getting together maybe once a quarter to go thrifting or go, just meet up, hang out, talk shop.
I see a comment from Fishing and Picking. He says, Walker Picker, the clues to the guest a few days ago was wrong. Texas isn't the South, it's the Lone Star. Very debatable.
Texas is that enigma of it's South, it's, Midwest, it's Southeast, depending on which part of Texas you are in, So.
Well, it was south of me, so it worked.
Yeah. East Texas is very southern, but West Texas is very southwest, And the Panhandle is just a big question mark.
Well, Tommy, you said you started in 2000, and you started on eBay, so I'm assuming that's the longest platform you sold on. So what's the second longest? Like, because I know Amazon might be only a year or whatever, but so if you can get an idea of where your knowledge might be, because I know you're in a couple of groups that you can help answer questions. And
I actually started Amazon in 2003. So I think it was 2003, somewhere give or take a year. And I always did merchant fulfilled, and I just started FBA probably within the past couple of years. But I still do both, merchant fulfilled and FBA.
And aren't you on Etsy as well?
Yeah, I'm on Etsy. I'm not as active as Margaret is, but I do have a few items up for sale. I just had a sale today, as a matter of fact.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I know. It was so exciting. My phone made that cash register noise.
Oh, yeah. What did you sell?
Is it bad that I don't even know? I didn't even look. What did I sell? Oh, my goodness. I didn't even look. That's
you don't
so
have a
bad.
cross-posted, do you?
Yes, I do.
What? As soon as I hear that cha-ching, I'm like, whoosh, and like take it down off the other side. Sorry. I'm scolding you.
I just forgot. Okay, I'll tell you. It was... Oh, I got emails coming in. It was a record.
Oh, cool.
For $16.99.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's you got a lot of sales update, people.
Yeah.
Another question came in from Blue Sky Bits and Baubles. They're asking how does Barrage compare to OfferUp, Let Go, and Lollipop? Or Wallapop?
I think I'm signed up for OfferUp. I look at it sometimes, but I've never actually bought anything, and I'm not on Let Go or Wallapop. So yeah.
Me
What
either.
about you, Margaret? You know any differences?
No, I don't. I'm on so many platforms already. I feel like that's good.
Okay, Blue Sky, you just gave me an idea. I guess I'm going to find somebody that's on Barrage that can give us the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, now who did I ask? All right. Oh, questions are jumping around. Okay. That's what I want you. Okay, each platform. There we go. Now we'll go back to Margaret. Okay, I think it's kind of answered the other question, but oh yeah, I did ask this one already. Has your business changed over time since the last time you were on?
Yeah, I think we kind of. I've picked up some more clothes. That's kind of changed because I don't normally do that, and now I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to do with these clothes? So
Right.
that's a challenge for next week.
You started selling some glasses.
Oh yeah, for sure. Those vintage glasses have been doing really well. So I'm excited about that. And Angie sold a pair too.
I saw that.
Yeah. It makes me happy when I find something cool and I share it and then other people find success with it. I want to have like a disclaimer under me that says, these things may not last forever. Don't be mad at me when the, well runs dry.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we know you're in the same proximity, have you ever thought of actually doing a partner business?
We talked about, so I don't know if Tonya even remembers, we don't have an antique mall in our town, in the town that, she's not in my town, but, in our close area, we have to drive a little bit to get to our antique booth. And there was a building here that I was like, wouldn't that be the perfect spot for a little antique mall? And we could go in on it together, and it would be super awesome. And then the rent was like $10,000 a month. And now we found out why that building was empty. So it didn't last long. Did you have any other business propositions, Tonya, that you thought we could merge on? I don't know.
No, not right now. I'll let you know if something comes to mind, though.
Okay.
Well, in the same lines, I got another one for both of you. What about doing a collab channel?
I never thought about that.
I don't know. I like having my own channel. I mean, we do collaborate on videos and stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
So when you do those type of videos, you can just put it on your own channel for both of you, and then when you want to do your own shows, you don't have to worry about signing each other in. You can have both on the same channel.
That's something to think about.
I like the idea.
Yeah.
Not right now, though. Things are crazy busy right now, right?
I know. Yeah.
Maybe in the future.
Oh, let's see. They're talking about Macari in the chat. So, let's see. Any other questions from the viewers yet? Besides asking Chris Pilot about Macari.
I'm trying to see which way Tonya is. Somebody said Wonder Twin powers activate.
Oh wait, that's not it.
No, like I'm trying to see. Put your fist up and see if we're doing it the right direction.
Wait, I can't.
Activate. I don't know how it works.
Now, Margaret, we already know your eBay, Amazon, and Etsy. What ones have been doing the best since the last time you've been on?
Probably Etsy, especially during the fourth quarter. Etsy did really well for me. So, I did really well on Amazon too. So, but I do my weekly sales updates, so I compare, each week, who won, eBay or Etsy, and there were a number of weeks there where Etsy was for sure, blowing up. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess each week would depend on how much listing you do on each site, because if you focus mostly on putting eBay items up, eBay might sell more than Etsy or.
And I cross-post most of my items, unless I can't, because of restrictions on Etsy, but the majority of my items are cross-posted.
Yeah. And Tonya, what do you sell?
The main thing I sell is media, books, CDs, DVDs, things like that. I've recently got into the snapback hats. And what else? I like to sell jewelry. In the beginning, I did a lot of like women's shoes. I was really into women's shoes, but just not so much anymore because they take up a lot more room to store them, and books and CDs. They're so small. They're easy to store.
Yeah.
We have a question from Chris Piles. He wants to know, and we kind of covered this already earlier, but he wasn't here yet. Who got to the 100 listings first, Tonya or Margaret?
Neither.
Huh?
But I got more, so.
She does have more.
Yeah. But I think this week you're going to win the challenge, so.
I don't know about that.
Everybody know what your challenge is for this week?
Oh, our challenge this week is an Amazon challenge to get our, get Amazon listings out. And it was kind of, at first it was going to be 100 listings on Amazon, and then I thought, well, for me, let me get a box out a day, which I didn't, so. I got 2 out today, but I was trying to, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so I have to get at least 2 boxes, right? Now by Friday or Sunday?
You said to Sunday.
Okay, good.
Because I'm not going to be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Ooh, I can work all that time while you're gone.
I know. So. But we never said what the prize would be. So.
Let's sleep on that.
Okay.
Okay, and Tonya, what got you into doing videos?
Margaret.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I saw her making videos, and I don't remember. Did we talk about it?
Probably. I remember one of my early videos you said, I think I know where you are. and then, yeah, I was like, that's how we met, so.
Yeah. I actually found Margaret through Chris, the Bonafide Hustler. I saw that he liked one of her videos. And so I went and I looked, and I noticed she was at the antique mall, and I thought, wow, that place looks really familiar. And so I think I messaged her like all stalker-like.
Like, sure is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
I think we ended up meeting up there one day because you were wanting to get a booth, and I don't
I
remember.
wanted to see your booth, and
Yeah. So I met you up there. It was a public place. So we stay.
okay. Another question we have is for you from Mr. Sadie, Tonya. Does your husband help out at all?
No, not really. He's been kind of dabbling with the RA stuff, so he really likes the idea of that, and I like the idea of it too, so I think that that's something that we're definitely going to explore a little bit more.
I'm going to copy and paste this next question I see for later when it's just Tonya, because it has to do with it's a media mail type of question. And I want to keep Margaret in dues too. Okay, my last question for Margaret. So, have you reached any of your old goals that you set for either the month, the week, or the year?
Is that one for me or
Yeah, that's for you, because I wanted to keep the flow going.
Yeah. Yeah, so for the new year, last year, my goals were a weekly $200 a week because I'm part-time. And so this year I wanted to up it because we want to take a vacation this summer. So I upped it to $250 a week. And then this last week I did well over that because I think our listing challenge really helped my sales last week.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, Tonya. That question for later, Tonya. Just so you know.
Okay. Could you see me looking at it?
Yeah, that's I was saying it earlier. I wanted to make sure because there's a couple of questions that are more for you, and I didn't want to give any problem. I keep Margaret in the dark in that. So, okay. The other question I have for both of you. Well, we kind of covered that. You said it's a 10-minute drive between the two of you, roughly. But you're not in the same town. So.
No, but she likes to come to my Goodwill.
I'll sneak over there every now and then.
And I did ask my other one for both of you. Okay, well there you go. Let's see. Any other I guess we will have to go to the question for you, Tonya, from Matt Rice. You want to know, can comic books be sent media mail?
If I am sending, just one or two, maybe even three or four, they can probably go first class, I would think. If you're sending them in bulk, like a whole bunch, like a big lot, I would think it would be okay to send media mail. I don't really specialize in comic books, but and they're so heavy too. If you had a whole lot of them, I would think you could probably put on, in maybe a medium flat rate box for not that much.
Yeah, 'cause I actually don't think comic books can be sent media because
Yeah.
some of them have advertising in it.
Yeah.
So, I honestly, Matt, we honestly don't know. We have to find somebody that's into comic books to answer that question. Sorry, we couldn't help you. Okay, and what? Okay, let's see. What? This is for Tonya. What type of venues do you source from?
Really, I love Goodwill. That's my favorite place to go. I used to hit all there's three Goodwills in my area, and I used to hit all three of them every day. But as of lately, I don't know. It's like I just don't have enough time in the day. So I might hit one, maybe two if I'm lucky, and then running all my normal errands. So I like to go to Goodwill. I go to some of the local thrift/charity shops that Margaret goes to, and garage sales.
And Vincent Moon is correct, backing me up, saying comic books have advertising, cannot ship media mail.
Interesting.
And I see Dev's in the house, pinching pesos. So it's Chris Piles wants to know how's thrift stores down there in Houston. Dallas rocks up here.
They're pretty good, especially in our area. Yeah.
Yeah.
We traveled to another area, I don't know, about a month ago or so, and it just wasn't good. We really learned to appreciate our own area a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of variety, and they get a lot, it's refreshed pretty often. There's a couple that are kind of stale, but for the most part, there's a lot of good merchandise and turnover and stuff.
That's what I like about the Goodwills, too.
Yeah.
My next question, actually, you can both answer this, so whoever wants to go first. Is there a minimum price you look for when you're looking at an item? So say you want to get $20 profit, what's the lowest you would possibly go to pick up an item?
You mean like the lowest or the highest?
Well, even the highest. Like some people might pick up a $2 item that turned out to be a $20 profit, so it's kind of hard. I know it's a hard question to. I just realized how hard it was. Jeez.
Sorry.
Well, okay. What's the most and percentage-wise? What's the profit you're looking for when you're picking up an item, even if it's doesn't have to be a $20 profit?
Well, I do mainly thrift, so I like 100% profit. So, I mean, lots of times I'll buy something for $1, or maybe $3, and I can flip it for $30, $40, $50. So.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Margaret?
the dream. Yeah.
I don't know if we asked you this last time any time that you were on.
Yeah. I'm not super good with percentages. So I definitely look at, I want to see at least, my minimum is at least a $5 profit on an item. A lot of times I find things that I pick up that I'm just like, that's cool. I'm going to see if that works. That's cool. 10 cents? Why not? So it's hard for me to kind of gauge. I probably have a ton of stuff in the other room that's just duds that I need to take back because I'm just willing to try. If it's cheap enough, why not? I'll give it a try.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Mothership Products, Dwayne wants to know, what was your most profitable sale ever? So either both of you can answer that.
You go first, Margaret. I know you're excited to share.
Ah, I just had mine too. I've talked about it probably everywhere. This was what, 2 weeks ago or something? Maybe 2 weeks ago. I found a pair of cufflinks at my local charity shop that turned out to be 18 karat white and yellow gold, and they were like 22 grams. And so I was a bit nervous selling them online. And so we ended up, Tonya, it took me over to see the guy that she takes gold and scrap and stuff to. And I, walked out with $450. And I bought the cufflinks for $1.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was really nice. Yeah.
Tanya?
Sometimes at Goodwill I buy the jewelry jars they sell. And last summer, I think it was in July, I found a necklace. I don't remember what carat it was, but I sold it on eBay for $1,300. And I probably
Wow,
only paid about $30 for the jewelry jar.
that's amazing.
It is, yeah.
See, I was super nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, because I was going to list these cufflinks I was probably going to list them close to the 1,000 mark because they were the quality of them, and they were, had all these British hallmarks and stuff on them. But I was so nervous that I would have, they would get lost in the mail, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think you did the right thing.
I think so
Easy
too.
money.
Yeah. Yeah. Took the family out to a nice meal that night. That was fun.
Half-ass picker says, awesome, show me the gold.
Yeah.
That's a
But
funny
it's like,
name.
right? Yeah, I know. But before that, it's like it had been over a year since I'd had a score like that. So those are, those are the ones you're looking for,
Right? That's what keeps you going back to the stores.
Yeah, like a gambler.
A player.
Yeah.
Uh, Tanya, Dwayne says the next time you guys meet, drinks are on you.
Yeah, he was talking about, he was telling me about a beer that's really good with, is it oranges, Dwayne? I can't remember. I think it's a German beer.
Hmm. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I can't.
You need to go to the beer garden. Speaking of that.
Yes, I love that place. It's so good.
Yeah.
This one I think you can both answer since what's the furthest you both sourced from?
The furthest?
Yeah, so say you were in a different state.
Let me think. I'm trying to think when we were in Oregon or if we were in California, if I did any sourcing.
Oh, well, Margaret's thinking. What about you, Tanya?
When we went to Colorado not too long ago, I wanted to go to some of the Goodwills, but it was snowing real bad, and I just never made it. So I guess I would have to say Austin for me.
Austin?
Yeah.
I think it must have been New Orleans because I don't remember us doing any kind of sourcing or garage selling in California or Oregon, but I know when we went to New Orleans a year or two ago, we went to some estate sales while we were there. Yeah.
Well, Tanya, next time you and your husband come to Colorado, you got to hit me up and.
Yeah, let's go to dinner.
Well, considering you probably went to Denver or higher.
Breckenridge.
Yep, like I said, or higher because the snow only lasts about a week when it comes down. It lasts about a week where it gets melted away.
It's so pretty. I love it.
What's snow? My poor kids, they want snow so bad.
I'm not seeing any more questions. If you guys see any questions, let me know so that we can get them answered. What is your? This one could be for both of you. What is your holy grail of an item that you're both wanting to find?
Oh, I want to find some gold in those jewelry jars.
Right? More gold. I think another thing that I'm just started thinking about would be like Harry Potter Lego sets or something like that. That would be really cool to find. I don't know. I don't have anything else that's like over the top.
So there's no particular clothing or something that you're a collector of yourself that you'd want to get?
Not
We're
that
on
I
the
can.
lookout for that Selena clothing that Deb was talking about.
Oh, that's true. That would be cool. That would.
Yeah.
But I never really looked through the clothing section, so I'm never gonna find it.
Yeah, but now you know Chad like Selena stuff, you might want to start looking.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. I
We
gotta.
have a buyer lined up.
That's right. I don't. Yeah.
Okay, Thrift Daddy wants to know how much James Avery jewelry do you find in Texas?
Quite a bit. Yeah. At our favorite, well, my favorite charity shop, I found some brass and silver earrings that I think I sold for 80. I sold cufflinks. I just packaged them up today that I found there. They were James Avery sterling silver cufflinks. And then at garage sales, frequently I'll find charms or things like that that are marked James Avery. I mean, it's my sister's town is where their craftsman whatever headquarters is.
Ah,
Do you find a lot, Tanya?
I think I found a pendant at a church garage sale over the summer for a quarter, and
Yeah.
I think I sold it for 100.
Yeah, I found charms and I found a bracelet, just like the chain for the charm bracelet. Um, yeah.
well, the valet picker said he wouldn't miss Tanya and Margaret for nothing.
What is that supposed to mean? You wouldn't miss us?
Meaning he probably any show you're going to be on, he's going to want to watch. He's not going to miss you for
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
Yeah, don't be so defensive. I took it as love.
Okay, it is late. It is past my bedtime. And thanks, Greg.
Yes, thank you, Greg.
Okay. Well, we already kind of covered this one, but do you have help or do you work alone?
Yeah, I work alone. My husband doesn't help me do anything.
Yeah, same here. Well, my husband did take my 2 boxes to the UPS store today. That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and what are your goals for either the coming month, this coming year?
You want to go?
Either one can answer that.
I'm trying to set some more goals for myself. A goal that I have right now is to get out at least 2 FBA or boxes before Sunday.
You can do it. Yeah, I mean, we just keep listing. Oh, my big goal for the year was to empty out my storage locker. So, and to start, because I'm still going through my grandmother's things. So that's the other biggie, because it's been kind of dragging out for 3 years. So.
Yeah, we don't want any storage hunters coming to Texas to get your stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It would be nice. They would find some nice stuff.
See, Dustin just showed in. I guess they're asking about a unicorn mug.
Oh, Jenny Benny mentioned that she got one and she posted a picture, and I thought it was super cute. I had to have one, and so she said she got it at the Dollar Tree. So I went to I've been to 3 different Dollar Trees recently, but and they didn't have any. But the one I went to this morning, they actually had some, so I bought them all.
So, have you gone to Dollar Tree before to source, or was this just a one-time thing, or are you gonna think about making that part of your routine?
I have recently been sourcing there, and I mean, if things go well, I would, consider doing it more often.
Have you done it, Margaret?
No, not a lot. No, not really. Not that I'm opposed to it. I've actually watched, there was a video Entrepreneur Girl did about
Yeah,
sourcing from the dollar stores and, you know, what to look for and things like that. So it's just I have so much right now that, oh my gosh, I could probably not buy anything for 3 years and not
I
run out of
know.
things.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, but we know you'll be out tomorrow, this weekend, or actually next weekend. 'Cause you're going away this weekend.
Yep, yep. But tomorrow's Thursday, so I might do a little bit.
Let's see. I'm not seeing any more questions, and that was actually the goal one was my last question for
Oh, is
Tom.
it?
Well,
'Cause
so I had a feeling that both could answer, so instead of writing it for both of you, I figured I'd just use the one. And I'm not seeing any more questions. If you have any questions for Margaret and Tonya, please put the word question and get them in, and we'll answer them. As long as Margaret's still here, she can answer some of her questions, the questions as well.
Yeah, I have to go in just a minute.
Yeah, she has to go soon, and I know. So, I know Tonya hasn't been on here, so I know there's got to be more questions for Tonya. Not like she's a regular that you can just know everything about her, unless you've already subscribed to her. And if you
Thank
don't
you.
subscribe to her now. Well, not now, I got her here, but you can hover over her, or I got both their descriptions in their title, their channels in my description.
Um, Nikki has a question about auctions. I've never done the auctions, but Margaret does sometimes.
I do. I haven't been to a live auction yet, which I think would be really fun, and I know there are some in our area. We should do that for an outing sometime, Tonya.
Yeah, I'd like that a lot.
But I do one that it's online, but it's local, so you can go in and preview everything in person, and then all the bidding is done online, like over a week. So I just picked up some things this past weekend, and I previewed the next auction to come up. I actually have a video. I haven't uploaded it yet, though. Yeah.
And then Greg asked, what niche would we like to get into?
I don't know.
I want to go a little bit and do some retail arbitrage, more of that. And maybe look into the bundling too. That's what I'm really interested in right now.
See, I'm not at all. Like
Really?
Yeah, not at all. The bundling or the private labeling or all of this stuff. I mean, I see people, doing great at it, but to me it's like, oh, my passion is not there. My passion is like in the hunt, right?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, hey, it just makes it, there's something out there for everybody. Yeah.
Well, doing RA is kind of a hunt too because, you're always scanning stuff, and then when you find something that's actually, makes sense and you can make a lot of money on,
Yeah.
that's fun too. It's
This is
time consuming.
right. Yeah. This is true.
But yeah, I would say thrift is definitely my favorite. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Dustin wants to know, do you ladies do RA/OA or thrifting for Amazon?
Thrifting. Yeah. If I find it, then it comes home to go to Amazon. Hey, kitty. So if I find things that are new in box or plush or things like that that are, eligible to go in. So, how about you, Tonya?
What was the question again?
Do you do RA or OA? I do a little RA too, but not very much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not heavily into it, and I've never done OA, so, but I mean, I've thought about it. I've looked at stuff on clearance online before, especially a lot of these bigger stores, they have coupons you can use also, but I've never actually followed through with it.
Like I'll do, during fourth quarter a little bit of it, but not year round.
Yeah.
Mr. Sadie's asking. Oh, sorry, it's not my job.
Well, Mr. Sadie asked, what calories do you like on Amazon? And I know you don't have a lot of time, Margaret, so if you want this to be your last one, and that way you can say your goodbyes and everything.
Yeah, that's good. I like toys a lot. Toys and books. Those are the two that I mostly send in. Toys and games and books, generally. Yeah. What about you, Tonya?
Well, definitely books. And I've sent some plush in. I saw Gerson was asking about that. And, just all kinds of media. CDs, a lot of CDs, and DVDs, and, VHS. My husband's saying something to me that I need to add, and I can't hear him.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and unplug at this point, if that's cool.
Yeah, so like I said, you told me ahead of time you had to go, and this is about the time you said you're going to have to go.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on.
On.
Well, thanks for having me on. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I'll see you later.
You can answer this next question.
Okay.
Half-ass picker asks, do you like being it open or keep it on the down low?
I used to keep it on the DNL when I first started, but now, I mean, I really don't. I don't even pay attention to the other people really. Well, I mean, if somebody comes up behind me, I might kind of, turn this way so they can't see what I'm doing. But I don't concern myself with other people. I'm in a hurry to get things scanned and get out of there so I can get to the next store. So, I mean, I don't necessarily break it out at a garage sale. And if I do, I try to be, discreet about it.
Look, Dawn Davis says, good show. No, we're not over it quite yet, so we still got a question from our Tonya. Now's a good time to ask it. And while we're waiting for them to ask questions, Tonya, since I don't know how long you've been watching my show and my channel, do you have any questions for me?
Let's see. What do you like to sell on eBay?
Anything that makes me money. but right now I'm not able to, I haven't been listing as much like I should, like I told you before, and as most of my viewers know, because of the medical situation with the wife. But I still do have 91 items up, and I have a lot of patterns. I have some clothing still. I have a VHS. So I have a
91 items is a lot.
Yeah, but when you get 200 free listings a month, you gotta have at least put up 3/4 of it, so that way you can have reason to make money while you're listing stuff, so you don't have to worry about. But
right.
I'm doing what I can. So,
what kind of thrift stores do you have there in Colorado by you?
We have the Goodwill is actually like 15-20 minute walk for me.
Okay.
Right around the corner. There's another one that I haven't been to yet, only because I've seen the prices on some of the stuff they have in their window, and I'm not going to be paying $50 for a picture when if I'm trying to resell
it. I don't blame you.
So if I see that in the window, I might know what the inside's going to be like.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and we have the Ark. There's also one of my other ones I haven't gone to in almost 6 months, if not longer, called the New Hope Thrift Shop.
Okay.
That is one of my favorites. I find a lot of the clothes I've got, and that's where I picked up 3 suits, tops, suit jackets for $250 each.
Oh wow!
So
awesome.
Okay. Valerie Picker wants to know, how do you record, edit your YouTube videos?
Well, I have 2 different ways. Sometimes I do it on my iPhone, and I just use iMovie, the app. And then sometimes I do it on my MacBook, and I also use iMovie on my MacBook.
And I see that I'm getting questions from me about what niche I'm into. I'm not really into a niche. So I still haven't really found it because I wanted to try testing everything and see what sold first and the most, and then try getting into or on the net. I used to get into sports cards, but I'm not go buying boxes just to turn around and resell the cards and hope I make my money back. Like, you don't know what's going to be in the pack for sports cards, but you don't know what card you're going to get in the pack. So you may get a $20 card, but you might get all commons but one card. So
Yeah.
yeah, see, Dwayne went to sleep, and Andy's still up with us. She's sticking it out tonight.
She's so sweet. I love Angie.
Eddie, let's see. Uh, Dustin said he asked a question read above, so let's see. I don't know if I already got to his question. I'm not seeing.
Oh, your sales rank limit? What sales rank is your limit? Dustin is asking. I would say with books, especially if I'm sending them into FBA, I really don't like to go over 1 million, but if I am the only person on that listing, then I will. I mean, especially if I pick a book up for really cheap, I'm willing to take that chance and, for that long tail item.
Yeah, considering I'm sure you can probably pick up books at yard sales for 5 to 10 cents.
Yeah, pretty cheap, definitely.
So, and especially if you can bundle them up and get them to go even lower, that's more of a.
Right.
Yeah, I used to do Amazon MF, but when I found out that Colorado and Amazon's going to be collecting the sales tax for sellers in Colorado, because of our situation, I had to think about, do I really want to keep listing it, or am I going to have to take a break for a bit and see how things go before I change? So I changed. Right now, I think I hid my listing so far because I'm still debating what I want to do.
Yeah.
I haven't heard either way about how they collect for the sellers from Colorado. So I know there are other states are doing this, that they're doing it in too. I think they'll take 16 states out or 20 something states out of the union that they're doing it for.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Dustin wants to know also, do you do thrifty long term also?
Like for FBA or something that I'm keeping in my house to sell on eBay, you mean?
I don't know. That's
Thrift. Do you thrift long term? Yeah, I mean, I'll do thrift long term. It just depends really on what the item is. Like I said, if it's any kind of media, I don't mind it sitting around here so much because I can just put it on the bookshelf. But I wouldn't store anything really big long term.
And Valet Picker wanted to congratulate you on your 1,000 subs, and he wanted to know how long it took you to get there.
Oh, well, I've been on YouTube for a while, but I didn't really start making videos on a regular basis until October. So probably since about October.
Wow, so it wasn't that long.
Yeah.
And I can't. Let's see, who is it? Somebody asked how. You mentioned it earlier, but I think 1, 2, 3 clutter free wasn't here at the time. So he's asking Tonya, how did you meet? Did you meet Margaret before reselling or through reselling?
I met Margaret through reselling. I saw her on YouTube, and I saw that she was at the antique mall, and I recognized the place, and so that's how I met her. I asked her about her booth, and yeah.
Mr. Sadie said he just subbed to you. Sorry, he thought he was already subbed.
Thank you, Mr. Sadie.
Let's see if there's any other questions I missed. And while I'm doing that, you got any more questions for me?
How long have you been on eBay?
Since '05.
Okay, long time.
Yep. And I got more serious about it when we finally got here in '08. So
Okay.
it
Were you
go ahead.
were you selling on Amazon for a long time before you shut it down?
I don't really remember how long. It wasn't that long. It wasn't as long as on eBay. I think we started Amazon when after we got here after a while. We
Yeah.
were like, okay, wait, let's just do some research, and then this would go better. Hopefully, would go better on Amazon. So we started throwing some books up and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then we had a couple of sales. The only thing I didn't like is that they didn't necessarily make the buyers do a feedback, because the one negative feedback we got hurt us so bad that we almost lost our account.
Oh
I
no.
waited until they finally said, I said, percentage went up and up and up. I'm like, okay, we're getting closer, of course. And then they finally said, your account's in good standing. I'm like, okay, now I'll put my listings back up.
Yeah.
I didn't want to risk it when it's already at fair.
Yeah, definitely.
And I see Gerson asked me, do I Periscope? No, I do not Periscope, because I do not have an iPhone. So I'm only on YouTube here. You can also find me in the Reseller Society and my own group, which is the National Resellers Advice and eBay Amazon. So, well, Cedar, who hasn't talked to me in how long, says what's up. So, yeah, I haven't talked to him in I don't know how long. Let's see. And 123 said, very cool, you stalked her.
That's what I said in the beginning of the show, right? I totally stalked her.
Half-ass, I don't know. He's asking if I'm going to go back to Amazon. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might go back. I have to talk it with my wife and figure out what's going on. We want to have good, respectable businesses on both sites or wherever we sell. We don't want our customers bitching us out and whatnot, because that's what happened. The person returned something, gave us negative feedback, plus wrote us a bad note when they returned the item. So it's like, okay, how are we going to handle this? So, Dustin wants to know, how many products do you recommend to have from going from merchant to FBA? I know he's asking you. So,
I mean, I think any amount that you get in is good. You have to start somewhere. I mean, I don't really have that much. You know, when we did the reseller stew the other day, I was so surprised, and I think some other people were too. Margaret has like 1,000 items, 1,000 titles on Amazon, and I only have about 600 or so. So I think as long as you just get started, I would just start sending stuff in and just build your business up.
and I see Larry Treasure just showed up. So, half-ass says you must like their name because you giggle every time.
Oh yeah, that is a funny name.
Well, if you like what the show is about with Margaret and Tonya, please hit the like. And if you have any more questions, please get them in. We're getting close to the hour mark, and I know it's 11 o'clock on the East Coast, so when a lot of you are going to be going to sleep. So, and I'm sure Tonya is getting a little sleepy. And I will be having an after show. Tonya, you want to stick around for a little bit of an after show?
Maybe just for a little bit.
Okay, well, cause I know there's some people that will probably pop in as soon as I link it, because they're your friends, so they're going to come in and want to talk to you.
Do you have any antique malls where you live?
none that I know of. Not at least not in my any that are in my group on my in my town, but I don't know because this is a this is like well when we first got here it was sixth largest city in the state of Colorado, and now it's the seventh by population.
Oh,
So I don't know where everything is because the buses of like that New Hope lift shop that I told you about that I like to go to. It takes me 4 buses to get there and home.
oh goodness.
That I could probably walk it because I know where it is, and it wouldn't. But it would take a lot. It'd probably take long, just as long as the bus would. So,
Yeah.
and especially if I have a lot of stuff coming back, I'm not gonna want to walk home. Caesar says you're a reselling diva.
Thank you, Caesar.
Uh,
Jeff says it's bedtime.
no, he said. Well, he also said we sellers don't go to sleep; they nap. Okay, so well, I'm not seeing any more questions. Let's see. I'm not. Do you see any more last minute questions, Tonya?
I'm not seeing any.
All right. Well then, like I said, everybody hit that like, and if you haven't subscribed to me, please do. I do this every. Well, it's gonna be starting this week. It's gonna be 10 o'clock Wednesday nights Eastern time, and I do have my show on Sunday nights. The Sunday night live with the Picker Boys. So, and we start that at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So, you want to get more information and learn? Please keep watching. And I will put a little link in the chat for the Hangout and in the 2 groups. Thanks again, Tonya.
Thank you so much for having me. I had fun.
I had fun having you. Okay, get go on the keyboard. This first time he's jumped up on me and during a show.
Let's see them. Oh,
They are more half feral and half domesticated type of cats. Who say
okay.
their parents are feral.
Okay.
So when that's why when I was surprised when he jumped up on me. He doesn't usually jump up on me to pet him at all. All right. Thanks again, everybody, for watching.